co-founder of Jasper. Jasper is an SME accelerator and business school. Last year, we were nominated as one of the fastest growing SMEs in Nigeria and are helping individuals and businesses leverage data for growth. Majority of my experience has been in banking, about 8 years in banking, and then I moved into the fintech business as head of global business at a payment company. I won't mention their names because they're not paying me for this. And then we decided to explore other opportunities in the UK. And that's particularly because the UK is the hub of many opportunities, right? Now, I would like to speak about making the big move. And I want to say this from the start. If you look for the perfect opportunity to make a move, you will not make a move, right? Because indeed, there are challenges, there are commitments, there are, let's hold on a bit, let's think about this, But many of the times when you make a move, regardless of your limitations, right, you learn a whole lot. And to be very honest, today's event is a testament to not waiting for the exact best or right moment, but taking a move. So I'll take you through how, certainly in the UK, you can take advantage of some opportunities and some skills running through these 4 areas. I'll start by speaking about growth through communities. And one of the greatest things I've learned as a professional is establishing and strengthening communities, right? To be very honest, one of the things I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm still learning, but it is me sharing my learning notes with you. A number of them have worked for me over the years and has been from a place of experience. Okay, so talking about communities. Now, in any part of the world, there are lots of communities that you can take advantage of. People say if you want to go far, go with someone. If you want to go fast, go alone. So in business, like David has said, like David mentioned earlier, right, you need to, a lot of people also mention the strength around partnership, and it does not have to be, in quotes, business partnership, but partnership from learning from people. A quick example, I've shared this a couple of times in some events, is Samuel. I've known Samuel for a long time, but when I moved into the UK to set up my business, I spoke to David who spoke earlier, I spoke to Sam, of course I learned from David also. And so the experiences these people gave me, even after about 10 years of running, of being a professional in Nigeria, those 1 hour of engaging these people puts me on a pedestal, right? So communities, very powerful. Now, you are only 2 or 3 people away from anyone in any climate. Matter of fact, if you want to speak to the Prime Minister today, you may just need 2 connections. One person connects you to the next person, and he puts in a word for you, right? This year in January, I was in Nigeria for our annual SME Fest. We hold a conference bringing together business owners every January. And we had a special advisor to the president as our keynote speaker. And this is just from one connection. I've never met her before, I did not know her, and it was like a big shot. But in speaking to the right person, I got this opportunity to engage her. Now, my point around this is you cannot downplay the importance of having the right community, right? As an immigrant, it looks like most of us here are Nigerians. Are you Nigerian? What's British? Okay. So, like British, what's like your power back origin?
Caribbean,
beautiful. Okay, you know Caribbean. Yeah. All right. So, my point around this, we need to acknowledge some realities, and that's the fact that you may need to put in an extra work to get an advantage, right? So, one reason around this reality is you need to work smarter, you need to work harder, and you see the results. Okay, so in connecting with communities and people, attending events and what have you, ensure that you come with a posture of maintaining a symbiotic relationship. Many people want to, get mentors, want to get friends, just to learn from them, just to earn from them, just to it is great to want to receive, but what would the other party gain from you? It has to be symbiotic, otherwise the other party would feel I'm just being like the same regular relationship, I'm being used in this relationship. All right? So, now here are some techniques for building a network beyond your immediate community. I will use the African community as a case study. In many occasions, I learned this the hard way. You get into an event, and the first thing you want to do is to identify those who are like you, the blacks, right? If you have done that before, go to events, maybe in your home country, those from your school, those from your faith, you want to speak with them. Why not connect with those you are not used to? The guy from India, the guy from Sweden, speak to the guy from Romania, right? And learn a thing or two about them, right? So beyond connecting with those you are familiar with, one powerful way to grow your community, you really can't tell where just one network you've gained would help you expand or extend your career or your business in the next 5 to 10 years, right? So one important thing is to attend networking and professional events, right? There are lots of events like this in the UK, in London, happening where you can, just over a conversation, you can start a business deal. Just over a simple conversation, you can get a new job, right? So be sure to make out time from your busy schedule to attend networking events like this. Attend tea parties, right? In Nigeria, again, permit me to go back home. There are a lot of ORBs, that passes for tea parties, right? And one thing you should learn is how to hold conversations. Many times when you come into a professional setting, they talk about sport, they talk about weather, they talk about things that relate to them. And so if you're unable to learn about, so if I ask anybody, does anybody know much about skiing or maybe mountain climbing? Very few people might know about these things because we're used to the football, the table tennis, the basketball. But you need to learn how to hold conversations around things of interest to those beyond your community. This gives you an edge. So imagine, for example, at your workplace, every other person is limited to just football and basketball, and then comes up a conversation around maybe taekwondo, or maybe somebody's talking about a mountain in Fiji, and you can relate with this, you can talk about it. It gives you an edge, and it sets you apart. All right. So build relationships outside your comfort zone. That's, without overemphasizing this, it is very helpful for you, right? I think it's important, whether you're in the UK anyway, to have people who are professionals in certain areas. So you should have an accountant as a friend, you should have a lawyer as a friend, someone in the law enforcement, maybe a police as a friend. Not because you want to commit crime, but because there could come a time where one advice from this person could help you. And there are many times where human errors, people get arrested for the wrong reasons, get allegations for the wrong reasons. They could be helpful in those instances. All right. So I'll speak a lot more about LinkedIn in my next slide. And I'd like to talk about online visibility with LinkedIn because it has worked for me over the years. I've mentioned this also in a few forums, how between 2021 and 2022, I moved from about 800 followers to about 8,000 followers in just 1 year, about 12 months pace. And I'm going to run through some of the principles I applied and how that can work for us. Because gonna be days where you just want to stay incognito, just want to be low-key, nobody wants to know you. A lot of times people want to research about you even before they recruit you. Is that correct? Yeah. Right? The collaboration we had in January this year, we had people saying, we want to search you up or set your company up to know if you are reliable enough for us to partner with. And the SNC president said the same thing. She was coming to our event for the first time, with the risks associated with coming to a new event. But she's done some due diligence around us. So you cannot afford to stay incognito online. And one great place to build your reputation is on LinkedIn, right? Every minute, 7 people get hired on LinkedIn, and this is from a local shepherd, a statistics company, right? It says also that 75% of people who recently change jobs use LinkedIn to find opportunities. So there are a lot of opportunities available on LinkedIn that we can access. Okay? Right, so here are a few ways to optimize LinkedIn to build your brand visibility. Everybody sitting in this room is a brand. Do you agree with that? Yeah. You are projecting a brand. People, at the first instance they meet you, they can tell you a thing or two about you, which will be accurate. So, the first thing is to acknowledge that it is a competitive landscape and you have to do some work to be visible, right? One of the keys to succeeding is to remember that it doesn't matter how much you know about people, but it also matters how much people know about you. Do you get that? You can know so much about people, but people need to know about you, what you do. When you think, okay, I need this particular solution, what do they think of first? Do you strike among the first 3 people that people think about? That shows how much of brand you've built. Okay, yes? So, I'm going to speak quickly about few tips to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And this way, it gets interesting. The first thing is this, guys. You have to be clear about your intention or your intention around building visibility on LinkedIn. It could be that for some people, they want to build a career or build career visibility. They want to change new jobs, they want to get a higher paying job, etc. Your could be that maybe get a new role or get some industry recognition. There's some people on LinkedIn that all they want is to get more recognized within their current space, right? Some people, it could just be to connect with professionals. So, defining your you, who are looking for people like you to connect with or to engage with. Do you understand my point here? People who say, I can't go on LinkedIn, is also serious. But when they see you come with your humor, it gives them an opportunity to express themselves on LinkedIn. So, be unique, get others involved in the process, like I mentioned earlier, showcase your accomplishments. Man, I know it's a village of I'm happy to announce. I'm happy to inform you I got a new role. I'm now senior vice president at JP Morgan, and this could be intimidating, bro. I'm excited to share. Goodness, after 7 out of 5, it's moved from. Let's not just go into that. The executive to share is actually he has a new child and is now manager of people relations. You know what I mean? All right. So set a personal target for the number of connections you want to build per day. So during that period, I was trying to transition or trying to grow my numbers. I would say every day, I want to connect to people who are recruiters in a particular geographical area. So I will just search using the regular search algorithm on LinkedIn and connect across, right? Maybe 20% will accept, but then that is some progress. And I did this every single day for weeks or months, right? Until for a particular week, I exhaust my limits, I wait to the next week. So, I was not doing randomly. I will take a particular niche and connect. So my connection right now is very diverse. Okay? So, set a personal target for the number of connections you want to build per day. And initially, I think you could experiment with different type of posts or different type of content. The serious one, the petty one, the engagement, to see what people react to the most. One of the ones that gave me visibility on this was I did 10 people to watch out for in 2022. Then I put the faces of the top guys you know on LinkedIn. Right? Let me keep their names off. Then I put my first small face there as the 10th person. I was not known. But when the number 1 guy who has like 100K followers will say, oh, thank you for this post. Number B, 50K followers, you can be sure that in 1 month you get a lot of visibility. Now, okay, 10 people to expect to watch out for in Excel. Sorry, it's hacking the system, but that works. So, get endorsement from top guys. You can get endorsements on LinkedIn, right? Where you send recommendations and people give recommendations, right? Then measure your progress. Don't just do it randomly. Get to know how you've done over time. Look at the stats of your posts and know which one got the most connections. right? Or got the most engagement, and why did we get this most engagement? So measure to help you do better. Look at the ones you didn't do so well with and think of why didn't I do too well? Maybe it was on a weekend you posted. Something that every time she posts on a Sunday, she gets the most engagement, and I'm surprised. Right? So she says she does it constantly to post on a Sunday. That may not work for you. So I may say on a Monday, maybe too busy, everybody is so busy settling to work, so I'm going to wait till maybe a Tuesday. So measure how best you're able to grow yourself on LinkedIn. Be authentic. If I'm to summarize LinkedIn optimization in 2 steps, it is be authentic and be consistent. Be authentic and be consistent. We can't say this enough. Do you know why you need to be authentic? Because being authentic will help you flow and will keep you consistent. There are people who they try to be like others, and after like 1 week, 2 weeks, they don't have continuity. But if you are yourself, the thing that you love the best, the most, you express on LinkedIn, you're able to go 60 days. Sometimes I do like 30 days every day conversation on particular topic area, right? So be authentic for yourself. Of course, give out your best fruits, but also be consistent. Don't do 30 days and go away 300 days. Rather, you do 1 day in a week for every day of the 52 weeks of the year, right? All right, so the next section of my presentation, remember I'm talking about growing your career in the UK, is speaking about what we do at Jasper. That is very important to us because we have had some very good milestones as a business, right? Beginning with training individuals and corporates in Nigeria, and now training people virtually in over 7 countries. Just 2 days back, someone shared with me a testimony. I'm going to just play that with you very shortly, right, on how she was very skeptical. She's in Canada, she took our programs and she's grown. Now, this is about us and not about us. About us because we will help you grow your career. So if you are looking to maybe get a new job or get a new role or maybe transition to tech, we're happy to help you. But beyond just Jasper, there are a lot of opportunities you can benefit from, right? Take advantage of courses, programs, certifications to help you grow, right? It's always a great thing to hear people say, oh, I joined your bootcamp and today I have a new role in the UK. I've been able to progress in the UK, right? So the bootcamp is project-based. You undergo internship. For those who also want to get some work experience in the UK or need referrals in the UK, our bootcamp is a great way, right? I tell people that when you come into the UK, you do not need to settle for just less. There are a lot of opportunities that you can benefit from. And one of the things Jasper offers you is a bootcamp that trains you, not just on hands-on training, but also trains you to prepare for job interviews, reviews your CV, and positions you to get your next job. Okay, so we have a number of trainings for data analytics, for data science, that you can take advantage of. I'm happy to sign you all on after this session. Interestingly, we have a referral program which is so rich. It is such that as you refer to your community, to your network, you earn a lot. So what a lot of our trainers do is they take our trainings and then they refer other people in their schools and communities and even organizations to help them train others, and then they earn big from this. So why not? We'll be talking about business. This is one very important way to earn, and you'll be surprised how much the referral earnings is. Okay, all right. So
The video.
yes. So I think I have just one more slide. Yes. So building dashboards, building, converting ordinary data to rich data, making sense of data is something that we help you do in just about 4 weeks. You will see, you work in an organization where you deal with a lot of data, you're able to convert ordinary data in Excel or Power BI to rich, powerful data. Okay? All right, so my closing remark would be, in getting the best of our stay in the UK, speak to ourselves right now, it starts with a mindset. a lot of immigrants feel because they settle for less so quickly. Do you know that most of the immigrants we have in the UK are either those who run a business in their country or they were having a very good job? Do you agree with that? For you to come over to the UK with the exchange rates from everybody except from the left behind, from Nigeria to come to the UK, you were either working in the banking sector, the fintech, working somewhere very good, or you had a good business for you to afford coming to the UK. So why would you come to the UK and settle for less? Yes, we all know that it's going to be rough initially, right? We're not coming to just expect roses, but why settle for less, right? So it starts with the mindset, and this is the high point of my presentation this afternoon. Have the right mindset. It may be tough, but yes, we've come here to conquer. And I always use every opportunity I have as a Christian to also talk about the fact that there is the God factor, right? And we can't rule that out. You know, the God factor, particularly for Jesus who I'm a Christian, is interesting because you do not know the next step. I mean, we're like literally blind as to what opportunities or dangers ahead of us. So we must always commit to God. And then there is the principle around God blessing the works of our hands. So, not to show us our diverse beliefs across the room, but always every opportunity I have is to believe in God through Jesus, and it helps us make progress. So, what breaking this up is the fact that mindset is everything, right? If you believe, no matter the obstacles you face, you will always make progress. Okay, now, making progress is also a question of discipline. If you believe and you don't put in discipline, you will not go far. And then I want to end by playing a quick video that speaks to discipline, mindset, and everything I've said around scaling in the UK.